You know, the bright neon bar lights can blind judgment like solar flares. How its hum provides a soundtrack to a night that most people find solace in. In the jukebox, it plays a song no one sings along to. And the air here is dry and the lights are dim, but this grim saloon I find myself in night after night is more of a birthright than a burden. But what's really the difference? You see, I speak easy with alcohol. Otherwise, it's the conversations that will run dry. I'm either caught in the rye or this JD that Salinger gave me. And as you can see, I pick my poisons properly. And you can find me taking on the shape of a haunted house with all of these spirits inside of me. How it's just cascades of casks till I'm in a casket, this the only thing that I'll bask in, while my bread basket soaks up each distilled grain in my veins. I will surely die divine. So call me Jesus, because this blood will be closer to wine by the time I make it out of here. At an old dive bar far from my home in Jersey, perched on a stool, swaying my feet in my father's shoes, always more empty than full. And nothing's new, it never really is. You see, I'm a walking travesty, weakened by every weekend as I'm just seeking approval from anyone willing to toss me their attention. And how there's no chaser for my disgraces, yet there's something sweet about her. How night after night she'll pour me, Johnny Walker White, until I black out. And I've always been a sucker for a girl who knows her way around a bad habit. Her name is Mary. Like the Virgin, my personal version of spirituality. She's a small girl full of tall tales and lives her life through these short love stories. Has grown accustomed to how men's eyes just bend and extend into invisible fingers that just line the contours of her figure, how they watch her as she moves around, each man a merchant of Venice, how they count her flesh in pounds. But her cast iron skin has been singed and singed again. She has seen everything from relationships on the rocks to concocting bourbon neat. You see, she's been balancing out this false heartbeat of men like them all her life. Counts pebbles instead of pedestals, since that's the level she best relates to, because for years she has only settled with devils with the same hands as her father. Got nicknames for her ex-lovers like Kerouac, Burroughs, and Ginsberg, the way they beat movement into her. But for such a rough past, she has these soft hands. I mean, blooming from her wrists are these sweet tangerine wrinkled palms that could look like a mirage in a place like this. But every night's a date night when you're drinking for two, right? So I ask her for champagne, she just laughs and pours me another beer, and we both share our pain and fears over this chipped glossy counter, and how for years we both felt like an intricate jazz song that no one could love in the right tempo. Every inhale a prayer, and each exhale a sigh, yet we still ask ourselves why we carry such a sad, sad song. And I now am just as hollow as every bottle that I've wallowed in, and swallowing my feelings, we make our way to the back seat of her car, in the back alley of the bar, and there's not a single shooting star in the sky. Yet we're both wishing for something better. But we know that this is about as good as it gets for folks like us. So I bite my tongue as she bites her lip, and we both slip into a romance that requires no roses or slow dances. It keeps our hearts beating, at least for now. Thank you.